Francisco trying to catch up with Vic, who's trying to catch up with the Nintendo 64 San Francisco Rush team. Yeah. Hey, if you don't like my driving, stay off the sidewalk. Yeah.
Come on, take a look at San Francisco Rush Extreme Racing.
There are 3 levels of tracks, so you can go from beginner to extreme, and then there are 4 levels of cars.
We took originally the maps, the true maps of San Francisco. We looked at what that would give us in terms of a game, and we said,
going 150, 160 miles an hour. It takes you a long time to get from one end of San Francisco to the other.
So we crafted, really, a better San Francisco to race through.
If you're driving the extreme car, then you're in full simulation mode, and basically you're on your own. You're driving a real car through the city at 150, which is not an easy thing to do.
How many polygons a second are we talking in this game?
A lot of that is proprietary.
We won't talk about that then.
But we did manage to get all the scenery that you see there at a very good frame rate, as you were noting before. It does use a 3DFX Voodoo Graphics chipset, so if you wanted to look up the specs for that. But then we have proprietary architecture around that.
What I did was mostly texture mapping and a little bit of modeling. These show me what Market Street looks like from above, where all the trees are, where the buses go, where the tracks are, things like that. These are pictures of the Haight-Ashbury district. And these show not just where the stores are and things like that, but they show what the street looks like when you're looking down the street from a driver's perspective. I take those pictures, I scan them in, and I make these, which are texture maps. We have Chinatown textures, all these different signs from Chinatown. And then I take the textures and then model a street. So, for example, this is Grant Street in Chinatown. This is actually one of our better-known shortcuts. That's just the flat shade of polygons, and with lines, and those are just the edges.
We're here on the set of San Francisco Rush, and this behind me happens to be one of the most elaborate 3D models ever constructed for a video game.
I'm here with Ed Log, who's been with Atari Games for 18 years. So what are you working on today, Ed?
I'm working on San Francisco Rush for the Nintendo 64. It's currently about 60% done, and you can see it here in the Nintendo booth.
3, 2, 1, rush!
So what did you do on San Francisco Rush?
Oh, I'm slave driving.
Making sure everybody hits their milestones and everything.
No, just going around saying, have you checked on this, to do that? I need it Friday.
So how is it working with the 3D technology, the Nintendo 64, as opposed to the freedom that you had with the arcade game?
It's a lot more limiting, but I kind of like the control of less. Less is more, actually. I think the coin-op, they'll just add another chip or more RAM or something like that when things start going over, while we're really confined to keeping within this frame. I think every game person should start out in consumer and then move up the scale, so to speak, so you have a solid foundation.
Well, as far as code, we've added a lot of special modes and special Easter eggs. We had 3 full tracks just with as much depth as the arcade, shortcuts, jumps. There's areas where you can just play around. There's a skateboard park. It's pretty much free form. You can do whatever you want, and that's a lot of the fun of the game. Just jumping in the air and flying around and twisting around and twirling. Things you could never do in a real car. You'd be dead.
There's a secret area that you can get to, and this special code, YYCCC, up, 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 down, 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 YY, down, down, up, YYCCC, up, up. You can just go in, fool around, a little theme park with walls that you can drive on.
Coming up after this,
we review 4 PlayStation hockey games. Hey, you missed the spot.